In this video, we explore the alarming shift in the global climate movement as we analyze the impact of former President Trump's policies on environmental efforts. Once seen as a beacon of hope for climate action, the United States has now become a significant obstacle, rolling back vital protections and funding crucial initiatives. We'll delve deep into how these extensive policy changes, from suppressing renewable energy to disrupting international cooperation, have put our planet at risk and what this means for the future of global climate action. Join us as we uncover the troubling trajectory from hope to horror in the fight against climate change. 1. The U.S. leadership in climate action, a historical perspective. Once upon a time, the United States was at the forefront of the global climate movement. As one of the largest economies in the world, America played a pivotal role in international efforts to combat climate change. Leaders from around the globe looked to the U.S. for guidance and support in reducing carbon emissions. The Paris Agreement, a landmark international treaty aimed at mitigating climate change, was a testament to the collective efforts spearheaded by the U.S. However, this leadership position took a drastic turn when former President Donald Trump decided to withdraw from the agreement. This bold move isolated America from nearly every other nation committed to reducing emissions, casting a shadow over years of progress. 2. Rolling back environmental protections. A corporate dream. During Trump's presidency, over 100 environmental rules and regulations were rolled back. This systematic dismantling of protections made it alarmingly easy for corporations to drill, mine, and pollute without facing significant repercussions. The regulatory framework that had once ensured cleaner air and water was now being unraveled. Industries that were once held accountable for their environmental impact were now given free rein to exploit natural resources. The consequences of these actions were not just domestic but had far-reaching implications for the global environment. 3. Slashing renewable energy funding. A missed opportunity. While the world was investing heavily in green energy, Trump took a contrary path by cutting funding for solar, wind, and battery storage. Countries like China and Germany were making strides in renewable technology, positioning themselves as leaders in the green revolution. In stark contrast, the U.S. appeared to be moving backward. The potential for job creation and economic growth through renewable energy was vast, yet the focus remained on traditional fossil fuels. This decision not only hindered progress in combating climate change but also placed the U.S. at a competitive disadvantage. 4. Opening up protected lands. An environmental setback. National parks, coastal areas, and even the pristine Arctic were no longer off-limits under Trump's administration. Decades of conservation efforts were reversed as these areas were opened up for oil drilling. The unique ecosystems that thrived in these protected regions faced unprecedented threats. Wildlife habitats were disrupted, and the natural beauty that many had fought to preserve was put at risk. This move was seen as a significant setback for conservationists who had worked tirelessly to protect these lands for future generations. 5. Coal's prolonged lifespan. A step backward. While most of the world was phasing out coal in favor of cleaner energy sources, Trump weakened pollution limits to extend its lifespan. The coal industry, a significant contributor to global emissions, was given a new lease on life. This decision not only exacerbated global emissions but also contradicted global trends towards sustainable energy. The repercussions of this policy were felt worldwide as efforts to combat climate change were undermined. 6. Disrupting international climate cooperation. Trump's tenure was marked by a reluctance to cooperate with international allies on reducing carbon emissions. Climate negotiations that once promised progress were now fraught with tension and discord. The U.S., once a beacon of hope for climate action, was now seen as an obstacle. This disruption in cooperation delayed global progress and sowed seeds of doubt about America's commitment to addressing climate change. 7. Methane restrictions repealed. A potent threat. Methane, a potent greenhouse gas, found its way back into the atmosphere in greater quantities after Trump repealed existing restrictions. Oil and gas companies were no longer held to stringent standards, allowing them to release more methane. This rollback had significant implications, as methane is known to have a much higher warming potential than carbon dioxide, making it a critical component in the fight against climate change. 8. Silencing climate change discourse. Government agencies were ordered to downplay climate change, leading to the censorship and alteration of federal climate reports. Scientists and experts found their work dismissed or ignored, and the public was fed a watered-down version of the reality. This suppression of information not only misled the public but also hindered efforts to address the pressing challenges posed by climate change. 9. Fossil fuels over renewable energy. An economic misstep. Instead of championing renewable energy industries that promised millions of jobs, Trump focused on subsidizing fossil fuel companies. This decision overlooked the potential for economic growth and innovation in the renewable sector. While other nations were rapidly transitioning to clean energy, the U.S. remained anchored to its fossil fuel past. This focus not only delayed progress but also risked leaving the U.S. behind in the global energy race. 10. The U.S. as a top polluter. A global concern. As other nations moved toward net zero emissions, Trump's policies ensured that the U.S. remained a top polluter. This position as a leading emitter of greenhouse gases posed a significant threat to global climate goals. The delay in progress caused by these policies was felt worldwide, as the collective efforts to combat climate change were hindered. The hope that once surrounded the global climate movement was overshadowed by the horror of unfulfilled promises and delayed action.